Struggling with your Power BI reports? Well, not anymore. Today I'm gonna show you how to use Figma to create awesome Power BI designs. So before we get started, real quick, this is the final results that we're trying to achieve here. This is the green background, and I'm gonna share with you the report as well so you can follow along. As you can see here, this was created with Figma, so really powerful. And then let's go over the next one. Here we have the same report, but the background is black. The first thing that you need to do is to create your Figma free account. So here are the steps. You just need to follow the steps here. You need to have an email, create a password, and then you are good to go. I'm gonna share with you guys this link as well so you can follow along. I already created my profile here, and this is the time, folks. We're gonna be creating our green and black backgrounds. Let's get started. Once we are here, we need to create a design, a new design here. Click right here, and this new window pops up. Our first step is to create a rectangle. Check this out. And then let's change the dimensions here. Width 1664, and then the height is gonna be 936, and this is matching our Power BI report, the canvas that we have in our Power BI report. So we are good now. The next step here is let's change the color of this rectangle. Control C, and this is gonna be the gray background one. Control B, and then boom, we just changed the color. And then we can also rename this if we want. That's a good practice. So let's call this big rectangle 1 for now. Before we keep moving here, the next step is to insert a screenshot of your Power BI report, your final report, as a reference. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this into this canvas, okay? And then right here, I'm gonna align this because I'm using this as a reference to build the other objects. Check this out. And then you can also rename this if you want. And then you can also hide this and make this visible. So this is really, really powerful. Now let's create the other background. Let's insert now another rectangle. So let's go over here, and then let's try to match this rectangle right here. And we also have dimensions here, as you can see. That's gonna be this one right here. The width is gonna be 1382, and then the height is gonna be 909. And then you can also align this, so in that way matches what we have there. So the next step, as you can see, is the color. So the background 2 is gonna be the rectangle, is gonna be this color right here. Control C, and then Control V right here, and that should be totally fine. And then you can also rename this. You can call this big rectangle as well, 2 if you want. So the next step here is to customize the borders. Check this out. Select this visual right here, and then let's go over here, and we're gonna use this, the top right corner radius, and let's select 40, okay? And we're gonna do the same for the bottom right corner. So this is gonna be 40 as well. Check this out. So this looks so much better. And now let's move on to the next one. So we're gonna insert the green rectangle right here. So let's do that real quick. So what we need to do here is let's go over rectangle again, and then let's design this right here. And we also have dimensions, right? But before we go over the dimensions, let's select the color here. The green shape is gonna be this color right here. Control C. Let's go over here again. Control B. Boom. And here what we need to do is we need to also customize the borders. So the corners radius, that's gonna be 40 as well, but that's gonna be only the top and the bottom left corners. So let's select the visual again, and here let's see, this is the top left corner. So here for this particular case we're gonna be selecting 40, and then this one right here, this is gonna be the top right, we don't want to do that, and the bottom right, nope, and this one, the bottom left corner radius, yes, this should also be 40. Perfect. So now you can see this is working perfectly fine. And the cool thing is, like I said before, you can rename this again. You can call this green rectangle, whatever you want to call it. And then let's say that we want to hide this screenshot, so we can do that. So in that way it can help us customize our work. See, so this looks so much better. So let's keep going, guys. Here we already work on this one, the rounded green rectangle, the rounded gray rectangle, it's also done here. And then let's go over the small rounded rectangles. We have to insert here 5. So let's hide this for now, and let's make the big rectangle visible and also the screenshot. We need to insert here 5 small rounded rectangles. This one's right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do this. We're gonna do the same basically. So let's go over here and then let's hit rectangle. Let's try to match what we have here so far. And then for the corner radius, this is gonna be 30, right? So what we need to do here is, and this is gonna be for all 30. Boom. And then for color, let's go over here and we wanna select white. Check this out. And what we need to do next here is duplicate this object. Control C, Control V, and then try to match what we have there. Control C, Control V again. Same thing here. Control C, Control V. And we're gonna do this for these 5 objects, okay? Check this out. It seems like it's working perfectly fine. We are good now. Let's keep moving, guys. We're almost there. The next step here is to insert 2 big rectangles. These ones right here. 1, 2. All right, so let's do that. And then before we do that, we can also rename this if we want. Perfect. So let's keep moving. Like I said before, 2 big rectangles. Let's do the same. And then let's try to match what we have here already. And we have also dimensions here with 650, and then here 312. Perfect. Let's try to match what we have there as part of the screenshot. And then the other piece here is the corner radius. Here we need to select 30, and this is gonna be for all. That's why we have to type here 30. Perfect. Color, you might have guessed, this should be white. So next we need to duplicate this. Control C, Control V, and then try to match what we have right there. So we are good to go now. And then we can make the other adjustments if needed. And then let's keep going, folks. Let's add another rectangle here, and let's try to match what we have here. And then we also have dimensions, as you might have guessed. 420 by 644. 420 by 644. So we are good there. And then for color, we have to select right here white as well. This should also be 30, the corner radius. Next, we need to add another rectangle here. And this is the large rectangle that we have. Same story here. The dimensions, we have the width 206, and then for the height we have here 788. Color, same story here, this should be white. And then for the corner radius, this should also be 30. And we are good to go. We're almost done here, so let's rename these rectangles, and that way we don't get confused. And here let's call this medium rectangle 3 for now, and then for this one let's call this large rectangle if we want. So what is next? Let's hide the screenshot and let's make the other ones visible. So this is looking better, right? So let's make sure that this is aligned. Press shift and make sure that this is aligned. It seems like this is aligned. So let's look at the other ones as well. Perfect. 31, 31. I think we are good. So it looks good. The next step here is to insert icons. So let's do that real quick. For this particular case, we're going to be using green. Drag and drop here, and then you can change the size of these ones right here as well. So let's do that. Shift and try to select every single one, and then we can go from there. This should be 70, okay? Perfect. So what is next here is we need to make sure that we can place this in the right place. Okay, so let's double check the Power BI report just to make sure that we are having the right icons here. So I think we are good. So let's go back again. Yes, so we are good. And then you can readjust this if you want as well. It's just a matter of playing with this, okay? Perfect. And then this one right here as well. We are done with this Power BI design, the green background. And you can also rename this if you want. You can do whatever you want here, okay? Perfect. And then guess what? We can duplicate this page. Check this out. So this is going to be page 1. So let's rename this. Because we also care about the black background, so we can duplicate this and just change the color of the visuals of the objects. So let's do that. Duplicate page. Check this out. And let's rename this. This is going to be black, of course. Black background. And then you can also rename this so we don't get confused. But for black background, what we need to do here is change the color to black. So for black color, this is the hex code. Control V. And then for the icons, what we need to do is we need to delete these ones right here. And then insert the other ones. So let's select the black icons here real quick. And here, let's do the same. Hold down Shift. And here, let's select 70. Perfect. And then you can start rearranging this as well. So let's do this real quick. Let's keep adjusting this. So this looks so much better. I think we are good to go, my friends. Let's give it a shot. So the next step here is to export this. Let's do that. So let's go over here, export. And we're gonna use this extension, okay? Export that. And we're gonna do the same for the green background. SVG again, export. We are good to go. The next step here is to go over the Power BI report, the template that I'm going to be sending you. And let's start playing with this. Green background. Let's go over canvas background. Let's go over here and let's select this one because that's the green background. We can rename this if we want. It should be green. And then this is the one that we need for this particular tab. Let's hit OK. Fingers crossed. Boom. Let's hit fit for now and let's see what happens. We can adjust this a little bit better so you can make any adjustments here, okay? Perfect. It's working perfectly fine. So let's do the same for the black background. the same story here. Let's rename this for now. This should be the black background so we don't get confused. And let's select this one, black background, hit open, boom. What we need to do here is fit and then also make the adjustments here. You can do whatever you want, okay? You can also customize this like that. It's up to you. There you have it, my friends. We use Figma to create these backgrounds. Let me know what you think. We have different tools, but Figma is definitely a good one as well.